What's up, everybody? Grudge One, the Madman, back for another episode of Blue Vinyl Tuesday. Some of you on the East Coast, it's already Blue Vinyl Wednesday. Sorry for the delay, but I did want to squeeze this in. So I want to get right to it. Just some of the records that I've been feeling lately. First of all, actually, I was inspired by one of my sister's Instagram posts, and she was actually playing this song on that. And actually, this song popped up again when I was watching season two of Stranger Things as well. But also, it was just on my. It was actually it initially came on my radar when I received this from Vinyl Me Please in December as their essential record of the month, and that is Lady Sings the Blues by Billie Holiday, an essential in anyone's record collection. From 8 to 80, you should definitely have this and be able to appreciate it, I think. I've taken the liberty of actually taking this out of the packaging to keep things going a little bit. This does come with a Vinyl Me Please hype sticker saying VMP Essentials. One of the things about Vinyl Me Please is they always deliver wonderful packaging and also some wonderful extras as well too. This was actually a freebie by them, so thank you Vinyl Me Please for that. Had a little discrepancy with the membership, but they actually rectified themselves by sending me this free copy. So yeah, no love lost here. So I actually just jump right into it. This is the front copy. Actually beautifully lacquered, and also the back, nice gloss as well too. And jumping right in, they've actually taken the liberty of actually commissioning some artwork. So this is an original piece by an artist by the name of Laura Tennald. I'm actually reading this directly from the back, so it does have that information. This is actually a frameable piece of work, which I'll be probably be framing on when I get the time. So it says that right on the back. So a lot of the essential pieces do come with extras like this. So this is actually pretty awesome, very impressive actually. And just getting right to the blue vinyl portion of the program. Actually, before that, we've actually got the book as well too. Lady Sings the Blues. This tells basically the history of the recording of the album. This was recorded actually in two parts. In New York in September of 1954, and also Los Angeles in 1956 as well too. The song "Lady Sings the Blues" is actually an original work put together specifically for this project, with her other songs being songs that she had already previously recorded. But so basically it's almost like a best of, almost like a mixtape, if you will. But this is actually her best work, and this is her seminal piece of art. So she wanted to put together a piece of work that would stand the test of time, and I think she executed that as well too. And actually, we have the blue vinyl for this week. Blue Smoke, nice and heavy. I'd probably say this is at least 180 grams. Looks really good, but also plays even better. So I was fortunate enough to drop a needle on this. Actually got some new Orthophons, so I'll get into pretty soon as well. So this actually is a very, very good record. No, it's not very good. It's great. It's a great record. This is really awesome. I do highly recommend you take the time to listen to this if you haven't already enjoyed it. Once again, this record is for all ages. A seminal piece of art. There's nothing really more I can say about it. It's just an incredible piece of work by Lady Day. So it's awesome. Also, since today is February 16th, this is also unfortunately the anniversary of the untimely demise of one of the greatest MCs ever, I think. Lamont Coleman, better known as Big L. If you had noticed, I actually posted this 12-inch single earlier on my Instagram page today. I chose this one. I have a lot of his catalog, but this one I think really says it all. Big L, the MVP. This is the third single off of the album Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. The Summer Smooth mix, produced by Salah, but the original album version produced by the one and only legend Lord Finesse. So, big shout out to DITC as well to the whole crew: Lord Finesse, Diamond D, Buck Wild, and go on and on and on. You guys should know who they are. But this is actually just one of his seminal pieces of work as well too. More on the commercial side, but I really like this record. L got a lot of spins on this. On major radio stations. During that summer too. So I do remember this record. I actually have this on cassette single as well, so that's what I was banging. But Big L, rest in peace. Absolutely. Speaking of DITC, Actually, Buck Wild actually has an interview on OK Player talking about his working relationship with Big L and how he was challenged by him to be better and everything as well too. And I came across a few of his singles actually in my digging. Big shout out to Strictly Discs, who actually was where I purchased the Big L single from, and also the singles in my hand that I'll be showing you. Strictly Discs is one of the best independent record stores in the country. I shopped all over the country for records. Um, Ron and Angie do a wonderful job. They've been doing it for years and years and years, longer than I've been in Madison. But they're one of the best places to me on earth to buy records. Also, big shouts out to Evan, Brett, Jack, Ryan. Hope I'm not forgetting anyone. I know all of you guys take care of me, so I definitely want to give you guys a shout out. Thanks for all the love and support and everything too. Three of the singles I actually bought from Strictly Disc that are actually happen to be Buck Wild singles. Got all of these, the Big L and all this in one grab, believe it or not. I have Guru Respect the Architect. That's this. This is off Jazzmatazz 2. This actually features Bahamadia and also Ramsey Lewis on piano. So actually, Guru was pretty good with putting together some pretty good pairings. So Buck Wild remix of that. Respect the Architect. This is actually a test pressing, so this was what it makes this a bit more unique. Secondly, I've got lyrics. Somebody want lyrics. Special Ed off of his third album, Revelations. I think it's the second single, if I'm not mistaken. Remixed by Buck Wild as well too. So Buck Wild's actually one of my favorite producers, not only in DITC, but for East Coast Boom Bap, and he does his thing. It's actually a promo copy with the gold stamp. And thirdly, this came out in '90. This also came out in '95. Buck Wild was kind of having a little bit of a run around that time as well too. Grand Puba. I like it. The first single off his album 2000. The B-side, once again remixed by Buck Wild, and also features Sadat X as well too. So I really like this one too. So this is actually a really dope record. This actually replaces my warped version of this with the black cover. So I was really happy to see this in Strictly Disc when I picked it up as well too. So big shouts out to SD. Absolutely. Also, as those of you may know who follow me, I did have a little bit of technical difficulty on February 13th, which was Saturday. I definitely wanted to cover, that was a monumental day in hip hop. Super Tuesday, as it was back then. There were two Diamond albums that came out that day, and also one pretty groundbreaking album as well too. So actually, let's get right into that. The Fugees, The Score. I think everyone has this in their collection in one way, shape, or form. Incredible album, great piece of work. Arguably one of the best second albums probably by any group, regardless of hip hop or anything. They came out with a chip on their shoulder and want to prove the world that they were going to be great the second time around. Hence the title, The Score. They said they wanted to settle the score, and I think they did. I really think they did a really incredible job with this album. In this hand, my right hand, this is the original pressing of the album. And also in my left hand here, which I'll unwrap actually, this is actually a repress from Target. And Target has records. They do some really nice represses with some records as well too. You might want to check them out. They do sell out quite often though. This one actually sold out. This has had a couple of represses from what I understand. So obviously this is a great album. Everyone loves Killing Me Softly, and No Woman No Cry. How many mics? I could just go on, Ready or Not. This one's actually a gatefold, so this differs from the original pressing. This is a gatefold copy of that. Also with the same back, but also the original copy is just a traditional black copy. This one is a clear copy. I won't break out both of them because I want to keep things moving, but this is actually clear smoke. There might be, I'm not sure if you can see it with the camera, but there are hints of smoke throughout the vinyl as well too. I was actually pretty impressed with this. This is under $30, so if you want to just add this to your collection, it is affordable. Nothing crazy. That's typically the price point for Target, sometimes $30, $35. I notice they do a lot of Kendrick Lamar re-releases. I know Good Kid, Mad City I got from them for under $20, a really nice repressing with some bonus songs on it. I know Damn is actually still floating around in some stores as well too. So, and that's actually a color copy. It's green if I'm not mistaken. It's either green or red. But the Fugees, the score. This is an incredible album. So much production on this. Diamond D, once again, DITC. He produced the title track, the score as well too. The fourth member of the Fugees, I call him the fourth member, and that's Salam Remy, who's basically, honestly, man, he basically saved their careers. So he actually produced the title track, Fujila. So jump right into that. So I do have some of the singles here. Fujila, produced by Salam Remy. He also produced the Nappy Heads remix, which actually put them on the radar for after their first album. When there wasn't a lot of response for that until some of the singles with the Vocab remix and and Nappy Heads, all of that because of Salam Remy. And Salam Remy is he's been saving careers. Definitely, this brother he's been really really getting busy. So big shout out to him. Refugee Camp remix is on here. Also, the North Side remix samples "Love No Limit" by one of my favorite artists, Mary J. Blige. So that samples that as well too. The Sly and Robbie remix is really dope too, and that has John Forte and Akon. And Akon is actually on this record. I think one of the first records he was ever been on, not the first. And then right after that, he got locked up. And then after he got locked up, that's when he came out and made the mega hit, Locked Up. So yeah, so this is probably Akon's first appearance on Wax, at least professionally, at least. This is the first single off of the score. Also, I have Killing Me Softly single. It's actually pretty dope as well too. What I'll do is I'll put up the posts with the pictures of these with the pictures of the vinyls. I know it's kind of hard, tough to see right now, but this is the single to Killing Me Softly. It's got the Sound Barrier remix on it with a little Jamaican feel to it. So they always represent the island. So that's that one. Is the third single, Ready or Not. These are promos. I was actually in a record pool at the time, so I was actually fortunate enough to catch these. The Ready for the Show remix, produced by Clark Kent. Samples a little bit of Barrington Levy, which I really like as well too. Also, if you have bootlegs and beats, you have the bootleg versions of this album, which is also a great pairing with this. I don't have that on vinyl, unfortunately. We have it on CD floating around somewhere, but that also has a Django remix, also remixed by Clark Kent as well too. So this is actually a very dope album. 25th anniversary. Seminal piece of work. This goes across probably one of my top albums of all time. Really looking back at it, it's actually aged very well as well too. The second one I wanted to get into, well, actually, I'll just talk about it. Tupac Shakur. I don't have any of his vinyl with me, unfortunately, right now, but All Eyes on Me. I'll just say a couple of quick words about that. First solo double LP by anyone. Also pushed, I think this was pushed about 10 million copies, if I'm not mistaken. At least worldwide, maybe not domestically, but at least worldwide. What made me, I guess, my first memory of that album was obviously with California Love, and how big a smash hit that was. Him coming out with Death Row. Obviously, that was his first album on Death Row Records. Also, I remember going to Virginia State. And I came back after record shopping, and I played My Mind Made Up, the joint with him, also Method Man. Inspector Deck was supposed to be on it. Actually, his ad libs are at the end. Actually, if you Google Corrupt on YouTube, he tells a story about that where Pac had that omitted for I don't know what reason, but it was with Method Man, Redman. That was the joint that I played all the time. I think Corrupt is on that. Corrupt is on that. Corrupt's on that. Daz might be on that as well too. So it might be Dog Pound and Method and Red. So that was actually monumental having all those people on one record. And actually Pac he had a really good 16 on that too. So that's what I remember about it. California Love. How Do You Want It was a huge single with Jodeci and everything, and then he had all the strippers, porn stars in the video of How Do You Want It. So yeah, I do remember that as well too. So that was a huge record. Unfortunately, later that year he passed away. So we're actually coming up on the 25 years in September when Tupac passed away, unfortunately. But that was a huge record for him. He had had a full head of steam. Unfortunately, he didn't live to really enjoy the fruits of his labor. But yeah, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, 25 years, and also the third one is Mad Skills. Mad Skills, Shaquan, Donnie from Richmond, what's up? It was really cool because I remember on February 13th, 1996, I was going to Virginia State and I actually cut class to go to Willie's in Richmond. If those of y'all don't remember Willie's in Richmond, it's an independent record store chain in Virginia. I think it's black owned, if I'm not mistaken. It's black owned. And Shaquan was signing records that day. He didn't sign this particular one, but I have his album somewhere. I wasn't able to pull it up for this podcast. But I had the CD that he had signed. He actually signed this. He signed this record, which I'll get into in a second. He signed this in, I want to say, like 2008 or something like that at the Metro. He did a show with Special Ed and Buckshot from Black Moon. But yeah, I remember skipping class and actually going in. He went and signed my record. And then we have a mutual friend by the name of Johan the Imaginative. Big shout out to Johan. Hopefully he's somewhere in Massachusetts spinning them records and everything. Hope you're getting busy somewhere. But anyway, we had a mutual friend with Johan. And then after his album came out, I actually went over his crib. I remember, Shaquan, when you had the Cherry Beamer. You was living in Richmond. I remember that. You had the Cherry BMW. I remember that. And we went up to Shaquan's crib, and the first thing he played us was, he's like, "Yo, man, this dude Jay Dilla, man. Yo, he gave me them joints in this album. Wait till you hear the joints he coming out with Tribe." And he was just playing us. Then he wanted just playing us one of Dilla's beat tapes. It was just really, really crazy. The album was already out. From Where was already out. But he did play me one of Jay Dilla's beat tapes in his apartment. That was like, an unforgettable moment. Thanks, Shaquan, for that. I really appreciate you for that. But yeah, the album has, it's called From Where, 1996, February 13th. Everybody came out for it. Actually, this is one of the singles. Actually, this is a sampler that he signed. This is a promo only sampler. It's got It's Going Down on it. Produced by JD, Tip of the Tongue. Produced by Nick Wiz. Doing Time in the Cypher once again. Buck Wild from DITC. This dude was all over the place. 95, 96. And also The Jam, produced by JD as well too. In this hand, Move Your Body. This is produced by Clark Kent. This had the Biggie sample, Everybody Move Your Body, and the Non Factor remix. But on the flip side, actually one of the better songs on here is Extra Abstract Skills, produced by Large Professor, featuring bars by Large Professor and Q-Tip, hence Extra Abstract Skills. So one of the better joints in the album. Also, I do remember the next shit. That was with Kalonji the Immortal. Big shout out to all them dudes in Richmond. Kalonji, Lonnie Battle. I remember all y'all out there in Richmond, so I've been in ciphers with y'all, every now and then. That was back when my old rhymer days, but I'm washed up, I'm retired. But I do remember that. So yeah, big shout out to Richmond, Virginia. I know it's celebrating Shaquan right now, but the whole Richmond, Virginia, y'all need to celebrate this. Y'all need to celebrate this monumental occasion. Mad Skills, From Where, February 13th, 1996. It shouldn't be forgotten. So, peace to Shaquan on that. Absolutely. Just a couple of other things I actually caught this week. Been doing some record digging. Once again, Strictly Disco looking out. I'll just pull this one out. Another Salam Remy joint. Remember We Remix. This is one of the prettiest records I've ever heard in my life, because he does a lot. He put a opera voice on this with some strings and everything. This record sounds really, really crazy. I hadn't really heard anything like this, or any hip hop meeting, like opera, and classical and stuff like that. But Salama has got a really, really good ear. So it's one of his OG remixes. Remember We, the Bush Babies. It's a dope joint. Actually, what do I have here? Oh, let's go to a new record. Let's go to a new one. Actually, let's do an old and a new. So, Radio Rashid, Common, straight out of Chi-Town. I actually can't. I'm gonna show you the old one first. I just bought this a few hours ago. This is Common, reminded me of Seth. This is the first single off of One Day It'll All Make Sense. Actually has production by Lauryn Hill, No IDs all over this. Reminding me of Seth is actually produced by my guy, The Twilight Tone. The Twilight Tone, straight out of Chicago, produced this joint. So I did see this. I have this on in another format, but not on tour event. So I just want to grab this. The B side, One Too Many, produced by Doug Infinite, in the production team with No ID. So this is actually cool. So kind of like a little Alpha and Omega thing here. And the latest Common record, A Beautiful Revolution, is the new joint. This is actually quite dope. Say Peace is the single. The first single that was released off this with Paris Jones, aka PJ. She's on a few of the joints on here. And Black Thought. This is actually a really cool record, and I'm reading some of this from the back. The Lenny Kravitz and Chuck D are on this as well too. Yeah, and also there's also a few different versions of this floating around. I know different record people and different distributors have different colors of this, but this is the one that hit retail for Black History Month. So it's nice. There's Rashid right there. And this is the Red and Blue Swirl. This is the independent record, indie record store release. So I did want to show this. It came out kind of nice. I actually gave this an ear a couple nights ago. Sounds really good as well too. Decent weight on it. Once again, I have new needles and everything as well too. So it's actually kind of working out. Sounds really good. We actually been waiting for this for a while. So this actually started streaming around election time. But I'm glad this came out. Glad this finally came out. I think he timed it for Black History Month, so that's what. It wasn't really a delay. It was just a matter of timing. So, also, I do enjoy the artwork. Actually, I got a couple of extra posters of this too. So, if you hit me up, actually, I can get you a couple of posters. Get your posters of this, and I'll just send it to you for free. Just get at me. Back to Vinyl Me Please. I've got the February rap and hip hop selection for this month. And speaking of dope producers, this is the second album from Quasimoto, The Further Adventures of Lord Quas, aka Madlib. Dope joint. I'm almost a little far removed from this record. I remember when it first came out, but I'm definitely going to give it another listen, which is the reason why I purchased it. So I definitely want to give this another listen. I just got this a few days ago, so I'm going to crack this open. So this is my unboxing or unopening, if you will. So I'm kind of crack this open. So on the back we got some of this, some of the hype sticker. Also the spine as well too. This is kind of like my first time seeing it as well. As usual, Vinyl Me Please does really come with it with the artwork. Oh, Madlib's got a new album out. Go check it out. Mixed by Fortet. So definitely check it out. It's dope. God, it's dope. It's really dope. I'm not just saying that because I didn't just to be saying it. I actually heard it. It's dope. So this one, actually, this goes right in with Blue Vinyl Tuesday. This is perfect. Great way to end the show this week. So, all Vinyl Me Please hip hop. They're actually changing this. So this will probably be, other than the one coming out for after March. They said they're gonna switch up the stencils and go to more liner notes for their hip hop releases. So this is the stencil of, that's actually kind of dope, of the character Lord Quasimoto. So it's actually, the stencil is like really cool. So actually ended the show with Blue Vinyl Tuesday. One of them actually is blue. Big shout to Stone's Throw Records as well too. Blue joint right here. And this is, I can't see whether this is. This might be the second disc or the first. I just can't really see right now, but. And we've got this comes in yellow as well too. So they're calling this the Day and Night. Day and Night. So yellow for the day, blue for at night. And usually, and this has also been remastered as well too. Very high quality represses. Vinyl Me Please, even their packaging with the way they do the inside of the records as well too. It's not just paper; it's lined. So with a non-scratch plastic material. So just something to be said for it. They really bring the pain. So gotta give it to them. So on that note, we're gonna end it. Thanks for hanging with me. I know this is kind of a little bit of a long episode, but I just want to make sure I covered a lot of bases, a lot of things as well too. Next Tuesday, look for me. I'm going to be highlighting some Black History Month releases. There were a lot of colored vinyl releases coming out coming out on Friday. I'll give you a quick preview. There's going to be actually a Donny Hathaway release. A lot of Chicago flavor actually. Donny Hathaway has they're doing a re-release for Donny Hathaway. I have two records. There's two releases for Curtis Mayfield, also a native Chicagoan as well too. Actually, let me throw that. Let me see if I have that. Actually, I do. Helps to be sitting in my office. One of the Black History Month reissues was actually no. That's not it. That's not it. My apologies. I'll get to you later. It's actually this one, Superfly. Black History Month release. This is actually a red vinyl. The Superfly soundtrack sampled 100 million times. Actually, I thought this was pretty cool. A little fly out this year. They're starting to do colored vinyl with these reissues as well too. I think because vinyl's making such a big resurgence, at least domestically, they're starting to do a lot of that. But this one actually came in red. This one sounds really good too. Probably say in terms of sound, I give this like on a scale of 1 to 10, like a 7.5 and 8. So the Superfly soundtrack. This is one of them that's coming out. Also, Curtis Mayfield has an album called Roots, one of his earlier works. And there's also, actually he has 3, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but Curtis Mayfield has 3 Black History Month reissues coming out this month. Donny Hathaway actually has 2. There's one floating around. The Donny Hathaway collection is a double purple album, and then there's also a Donny Hathaway greatest hits that should be arriving at retail on Friday at some of the independent record stores. So that should be coming out soon as well. Off the top of my head, also Sheila E. Also The Glamorous Life. That's also something that's coming out for Black History Month too. I think Rhino Distribution is doing a lot of that. So if you want to just look up Rhino Records and see what they're doing for Black History Month as well too. Also Common, I forgot to mention that Common is also highlighting a lot of independent record stores for this month as well too on the Record Store Day website. We go to recordstoreday.com. He's going to be highlighting a lot of those record stores. So on that note, I'm going to say peace out. Enjoy your vinyl. Always listen to your records. If you're buying these records, don't just collect them. Also, always give them a listen. So, on that note, I'll see you guys. If I don't squeeze a special edition in this weekend, I definitely will see you next Tuesday with a new blue vinyl. So, Blue Vinyl Tuesday. Grudge One the Madman signing out.